this is not your father's J&J. I don't think that we are unethical in things that we do, and I think they don't really give a shit about people.
Give it Z. I have to know.
When I started working on the consumer group. So that was actually one of my, Johnson's was one of my brands. So I managed all the baby products. So I actually, when that all happened, I was working on that. So the heavy metals, it's not the talc itself that gives you the cancer, it's the heavy metals that are in there.
In a shocking revelation, Joshua claims that Johnson & Johnson is not only aware of the presence of asbestos in their various products, but they're also aware of dangerous levels of heavy metals used in their products, metals that cause grave health issues, including cancer. Heavy metals inside of their baby powder products has never been shared with the public before until now.
Do J&G products cause any harm? Because it's caused a lot of harm to women, right? With the ovarian cancer.
It has. Look, things happen, especially at a company like J&J that has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of employees around the world. You know, things are going to happen, unfortunately.
Do they believe that talcum causes cancer?
They looked into it very closely, but they just couldn't. It wasn't. I guess, in their minds, statistically significant enough that they felt that it was some kind of like serious type of an issue. How do I know that didn't cause my sister? She had ovarian cancer.
Johnson & Johnson executive David Altman tells us on Hidden Camera that he suspects that his own family members have been affected by Johnson & Johnson's own baby powder.
The reason why I'm staying is because the company, in my case, being here as long as I am, I'm getting a major reward for longevity. And they pay me a lot of money to do this now. You're not like reporting me, are you? I don't want to be on the news tomorrow. Promise?
I promise.
Yesterday, we showed you a video of Joshua Reese, a lead regulatory scientist at Johnson & Johnson, who revealed to our undercover journalist the reckless process J&J used in creating the COVID vaccines.
There's no proof. I mean, none of that stuff was safe and effective. Let's test it on some, lab models, analyze and see if it works and stuff like that, and just throw it to the wind and see what happens.
Joshua Reese, the lead regulatory scientist, didn't just speak about the messy creation of Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine. Reese went on to speak about the controversial product that J&J created as well, their own baby powder. For decades, Johnson & Johnson has faced lawsuits with allegations of the presence of asbestos in several of their products, including baby powder, products that Joshua Reese, as the lead regulatory scientist, directly oversees. In a shocking revelation, Joshua claims that Johnson & Johnson is not only aware of the presence of asbestos in their various products, but they're also aware of dangerous levels of heavy metals used in their products, metals that cause grave health issues, including cancer. Heavy metals inside of their baby powder products has never been shared with the public before until now.
Give me the tea. I have to know.
So when I started working on the consumer group. So that was actually one of my, Johnson's was one of my brands. So I managed all the baby products. So I actually, when that all happened, I was working on that. Because I talked to a toxicologist and I worked on that stuff. Trust him with all that. So it wasn't actually the product itself. It was an impurity. So naturally talc comes from mines. And the mines don't have, I guess, 100% accurate standards. So it's like, so the heavy metals, it's not the talc itself that gives you the cancer, it's the heavy metals that are in there. But now we still have to, so the other interesting thing is that when we split the company, because now all those products are owned by a completely new company now. So here's the interesting thing. So what happened was not only do we sell it, but J&J agreed to keep this lawsuit. So Johnson & Johnson kept the lawsuit and then they separated. So the consumer products are now its own company, but they don't have to deal with the product lawsuit. We did all kinds of interesting legal stuff because now what they also did was they created a shell company basically, so that the lawsuit could be. The design was to bankrupt the shell company. So they sold it off, they put it in its own entity. Okay. So now it's like not a portion of the company, it's now its own like little thing. And then the plan was to bankrupt the company it's never ending. They still go. People are still trying to get this. It's going to be like indefinite. So we were, I guess, pretty much tired of spending all those resources to fight the case. So we just decided to settle as is. What we tried to do is settle as is at that price point, and just be like, $1 million, whatever, it's done. Instead of constantly paying these like crazy lawyers to like do all this legal stuff.
Why didn't they sue the mine that like gave you the talcum powder?
They didn't have the money. It's easier to sue the company. We have the money.
The markets are in chaos, and just coming off 4 years of economic insanity, stabilization is nowhere in sight. Many experts are predicting a recession before it gets better. That's why I recommend getting gold from the people I trust at Fisher Liberty Gold. Fisher Liberty Gold is a respected America First business. Click the link below and you can qualify to get $20,000 of free silver with a qualifying purchase. The markets are chaotic, but gold is always gold. Write this down, FisherOMG.com, or click the link below, FisherOMG.com. According to an article in the Journal of Radiation Research and Applied Sciences, quote, prolonged use of baby powders contaminated with such heavy metal may pose a significant risk to human health and the environment due to its toxic metal loading, unquote. Now meet our other subject, David Altman, an executive and senior clinical analyst at Johnson & Johnson with over 26 years of experience at the company. That's 26 years, a quarter of a century. David met with one of our OMG undercover journalists in New York City and conveyed his view on the danger of Johnson & Johnson's baby powder possesses to Americans.
Do J&J products cause any harm? I'm only asking this because of the lawsuits that are out there.
Some obviously think that they do because of the talcum powder lawsuits that we've had. Not all of them do, but it definitely hurt. J&J claims that the asbestos that was found in the talcum powder didn't come from them. It came from a company that provided them the material to make it. So apparently that's been isolated, although the judges don't agree with that.
Because it's caused a lot of harm to women, right? With the ovarian cancer.
It has.
Johnson & Johnson's own internal testing confirmed the presence of asbestos in the talcum powder as far back as the 1970s. But it wasn't until 2020 they decided to discontinue its use of talc for North American consumers. But despite this knowledge, Johnson & Johnson executive David Altman tells us on Hidden Camera that he suspects that his own family members have been affected by Johnson & Johnson's own baby powder.
Look, things happen, especially at a company like J&J that has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of employees around the world. Things are going to happen, unfortunately.
Do they believe that talcum caused cancer?
They looked into it very closely, but they just couldn't. It wasn't, I guess, in their minds, statistically significant enough that they felt that it was some kind of like serious type of an issue. How do I know that didn't cause my sister? She had ovarian cancer.
As our OMG undercover journalist was on the first date with the executive from Johnson & Johnson, Altman told us that, quote, this is not your father's Johnson & Johnson. Also saying, quote, they really don't give a shit about people, unquote. He even affirms that the company, Johnson & Johnson, is evil.
What do you do for work again? You work for
I'm a
J&J,
senior
right?
clinical analyst in Johnson & Johnson as a sales and management in the vision care division.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I started in 1999.
Wow.
26 years. May 3rd is my 26-year anniversary. This is not your father's J&J. I don't think that we are unethical in things that we do.
How do you know that they're evil?
I think they're two-faced, meaning that the people it's a dog and pony show, meaning that you can't really trust many people. I think it's very cutthroat, and I think they don't really give a shit about people in terms of otherwise these lawsuits, it never would have gotten this far.
While David Altman claims that his company is inundated with corporate greed and that is essentially evil, David has no issue staying employed as long as the money keeps coming in and he can keep his pension.
The reason why I'm staying is because the company, in my case, being here as long as I am, I'm getting a major reward for longevity. And they pay me a lot of money to do this now. They can't promote me. I'm an executive. I think we're getting worse.
How so?
Because I just think that with corporate greed, it's really quite simple. I just think that corporate greed, these lawsuits should be settled immediately. We just invested $55 billion in buying another company. Everybody seems to care about our earnings results, and I think that basically a lot of people have been basically compromised by some of the actions that we have done as an organization. I just don't think that we treat society as respectfully as we should.
What made you think that?
That lawsuit for one thing. Second thing is, for what I do, the fact that we're selling to the internet can sell our brands way less than doctors are paying for it. It's not right. Shut them down. That's not the way to do business. Again, in terms of like being fair to people, they pretend to be fair to people, but I don't think they are. You're not like reporting me, are you?
Absolutely not.
And I don't want to be on the news tomorrow.
Not at all.
You promise?
I promise.
Unfortunately for David, but quite fortunately for the American people, we were recording him and will continue to record self-interest, self-dealing, and greedy corporate individuals who are taking advantage of the American public just so that they can keep their pension and make money. If you work for Johnson & Johnson or any big pharma company or any government agency, or frankly, work anywhere and have video evidence or document evidence of corruption the public needs to know about, you can reach out to us at tips@o'keefemediagroup.com or send a message to me at 914-491-9395. That's 914-491-9395. You can even connect with me now on Minect, and I will personally respond to you. Thank you. Stay tuned, and we will not bow down or cower down in reporting on this corruption. Many people are not willing to report on it because they're scared and afraid, rightfully so. Again, removed from the organization I created, targeted, sued, and smeared for reporting the words that come out of people's mouths. But we are going to do that. We will continue to do that. Stay tuned.